Hey guys, so today this video is going to be off a suggestion I got off of Facebook. Shouts to Kenny and Juan. But today is going to be a little bit about, just trying to help understand some things about, love and relationships. And it's a very difficult topic to speak about because I'm no expert myself. So I'm kind of doing this at the last minute. Like, I didn't really have time to think about it. So I'm trying to do my best here. So bear with me. Understanding women or understanding anybody is a very difficult thing to do. But the one thing you have to remember is to be aware. If you're more aware about what's going on, and if you pay attention to just small signs and just anything in general that a woman does, it's usually easier for you to understand what's going on with her. If you pay attention to just little signs here and there, everybody gives off, subconsciously they show signs, whether they like being around you, like spending time with you, whether they like you or if they don't. It's pretty obvious. But understanding women. This is a hard one. Like I said, just pay attention to what's going on with her. And just be aware of the vibe you're putting off as well. If you're putting off a vibe that attracts the wrong type of person, that's all you can expect. You need to be more aware of how you're carrying yourself around women than anything else, because if you're drawing in the wrong women, then you can't really complain. You know what I mean? There are a lot of bitches out there, really. There are a lot of them out there. There are a lot of them that think they're too good for certain people, or just women that carry themselves very uppity. They're very uppity and very conceited, and you gotta watch out for those, because it won't end well. It really won't. In approaching women, I wanted to speak a little bit about that, because I've had men approach me in many different ways. The best way to go about it is just to be very, very chill and laid back. Don't be nervous. Don't let your nerves get the best of you when approaching a woman. I know it's easier said than done, but you really can't. You have to just put yourself in a chill mindset, and the best way to think it is just talk to her like you would talk to a friend. Talk to her like you would talk to somebody you're cool with. Talk to her like one of your family members. Just be comfortable. Loosen up. Even if you're a little jittery, just try to put yourself in the chill mindset. And when you're carrying a conversation with her, carry a conversation like you would with anybody else. Be confident, but don't be cocky. That's a huge turn off right off the bat. If a cocky guy is trying to talk to you, a woman is just like, whatever. Like, I can't talk to this douchebag. Another thing, what else is there? Oh, and, I don't want to offend anybody with this video. I really don't. So I want to apologize ahead of time if anybody is offended. I'm just speaking for myself and just things that I've observed. Trying to understand anybody is a difficult thing to do, but, it's not impossible. Like I said, if you're just aware of yourself and aware of the things that you're saying or doing, and aware of the other person, how they're responding to you, it's a lot easier. And if you have confidence, I know all this stuff you've probably heard a million times before, but if you have confidence, that can go a long way. Sense of humor as well, that's another way to work your nerves a little bit, and use your nerves to your advantage. If you get goofy when you get nervous, that's a good thing. Unless the woman is a complete bitch, that can really break the ice. A good sense of humor and, just saying something goofy, it always helps. A sense of humor is a really, really wonderful thing. And just other than that, just be confident about yourself. Don't be scared of, or don't be intimidated by any woman. You know, you have to go in it with a confidence, and you know, just make them comfortable. You have to be comfortable, and you have to make them comfortable when you're talking to them. A lot of women do really stupid shit, but you can't let that get you down. You know, just move on to the next one. Excuse me. But, you know, you can't sit and deal with somebody who's either stringing you along or isn't looking out for your best interest. And that's where I get to relationships. Relationships are a very, very hard thing. They're very difficult. They're very easy to get into and hard to maintain. That's why you always see a lot of divorces and people breaking up and whatnot. It's a very hard thing to maintain. Sorry guys. That was my phone. But yeah, they're very hard to maintain. You know, you have to look at a relationship as a partnership. It's you and that person. And you have to put some importance on that. There has to be a mutual respect for each other. There has to be, to some extent, you have to be on the same page. You really do. You have to both know what you want, and you both have to want the same things. At least, like I said, to a certain extent, you have to want the same things, or else it's going to be completely pointless. You know, as far as the single versus in a relationship thing, relationships, I'm going to be honest, are not all they're cracked up to be. It takes a really strong person, two strong people to be in a relationship and stay in a relationship and stay happy in a relationship. Even if it's a year or 2 years or 3 years. It's very difficult because, you know, usually, and sometimes at first, you know, people can put up fronts of who they want you to think that they are, and then eventually down the line you start to see their true colors. And that's another thing with understanding women. Be yourself. Do not act like somebody else. You want to act exactly like you act. You know, you don't want to be fake, and then once you get her, you throw down that whole front and become a complete asshole, because that's who you are. And that's fine, you know, if you're an asshole, but be an asshole at first. You know, don't lead her on to believe that you're this nice guy if you're a dick. You know, I don't want to bash being in a relationship, because it's difficult, but if you think it's worth it, then you'll be very happy. You know, there's nothing like the companionship that comes with a relationship. You know, you have that person who loves you and you love them, and it's a very nice thing. But some people just aren't cut out for it. You know, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of fighting. It's a lot of arguments. It's a lot of disagreements. It's a lot of, you know, I don't know. Let me turn this TV down. I can't stand the song. But yeah, and being single is good in its own sense as well. You know, it's always good to have your own freedom and do your own thing and not have to worry about, you know, reporting back to anybody or anything like that. So they both have their pros and their cons, but, you know, if a relationship is very hard, and if you really have to be in it for like completely in it. Let me turn this TV down because Beyonce is driving me fucking nuts. But yeah, if you think a relationship is worth it, then, you know, by all means, you know, work it out. If you're in a relationship now with somebody and it's difficult, you have to really assess if it's worth it or not. At the end of the day, do you want this person, or do they make you happier? Would you be happier by yourself or with them? That's really the question you have to ask yourself at the end of the day. And I'm going to end it on that note because I've pretty much ran out of things to say. If I've been a little rambly and unclear in this video, I'm sorry, but I really didn't know how to approach this topic, and I didn't really have too much time to think about it. So yeah, if you have any questions or anything like that, I'll probably have some time to think about it by then. So go ahead and send them to me. I have no problem giving the advice or sharing the knowledge that I have. You know, I've been in long-term relationships before, so I know how it works, and I can sort of help out if anybody needs any help. So go ahead and subscribe to me and, you know, give me some love. But yeah, guys, so I'll see you next time.